Maresca, you are a criminal. You're a criminal. What you've done in that second half is criminal. People do jail time for less. Now, I've been a defender of yours. I'm more than happy to write up a report, but I need to know what's wrong. I need to know what's going on. Is there something going on at home? Are you mentally unwell? Are you mentally unstable? Do you need support in any way? Is there somewhere we can send you? On a loan? Rehab, perhaps? I'm open to anything. I'm an open book because, let's be transparent here. You have had a couple of fuck-ups this season. Quite a few, actually, in fact. However, from my side of things, you're still a rookie. So we can understand why you might not get everything correct, why you might get a little bit lost in your head. You might sometimes carry the two when you shouldn't. Do a fraction here and a bid bod mas there. Maybe a little bit of division when you should subtract. Hey, for you, it's an acute angle. For me, it's obtuse. I'm just saying, we don't always see eye to eye. But because you're young, because you're a rookie in your first Champions League full comp campaign, I can understand why you might always have to reflect, look back on your mistakes. You're always reflective. You're always, observant of what you've done, and you're not stubborn, and you don't mind admitting publicly when you're wrong. So we like that. We like accountability. But today, what you've done is criminal. And I don't even know if you can explain it. I don't even know if questions can actually do this justice. You've seen that we're 1-1 in a very calm, nothing game. It's not a hostile atmosphere. It's not one of the best teams in Italy. They're 12th. They're a Europa League semi-final team, really. And we, even though we haven't been at our best, we can absolutely still go on to win the game if we make the right changes, make the right substitutions, get a grip, and get control back. After conceding that goal from Scamacca, which we shouldn't concede, because really Fofana should track his man after after being on that pitch. He's one of our best defenders. He should track his man. He should follow him in, and he should at least challenge and make it difficult. Scamacca should never have a free header in our penalty box. You could look at Achampong and maybe say, can you get closer? But I think he's looking at Lookman. But forget all that. Forget all that. Put that all to the side, and let's just focus on you. Let's just focus on you. Because what you have done is absolutely catastrophic management. It's insane. You've decided around the 65th minute, or whenever it was, 66, you're going to take off Enzo, justified. Where's Santos? No, we're not bringing on Santos. We're not bringing on an 8 for an 8. We're not bringing on some energy and mobility to replace the sluggish Argentine who's been losing the last man runs in behind and not quite shielding the ball in the final third to get the shots off. We're not going to add energy and counter-pressing and tackling and interception that we've seen from Santos in previous weeks. We're not adding that into the team away from home. We're putting in gusto. We're putting in gusto into a midfield that already has Reece James, into a midfield that really already has Cucurella, and already Achampong is on this pitch. So you're going 4 fullbacks on this pitch at once. 4. You're playing, in my opinion, a mixture between a 3-4-3 and what you usually play. Because I can clearly see in this game, for large parts, Neto and Cucurella are acting as wing-backs. You've got James and Caicedo in a pivot, and you've got Gittins a lot closer to João Pedro than usual. And you've got Neto, who's, like I said, acting as another wing-back, and Enzo Fernandez is crashing the box or doing whatever he does as a makeshift 8. So tell me what you thought would happen when you started playing Cucurella and Gusto as 8s to, I guess, counter-press? But how are we going to keep the ball away from home? How are we going to control the ball? Have possession for sustained periods with those two as 8s. James is playing as a 6, and guess where Caicedo is? He's playing as a right-sided centre-back, and Achampong's playing right-back. Not the other way around, where you see Caicedo at Brighton inverting from right back and he's done it at Chelsea. No. Caicedo's playing quite close to Badiashile and Fofana, whatever's going on there. And you've got Achimpong all the way over here. And then when Fofana goes off, you bring on Tosin. Not an attacker, move James back, move Achimpong inside. You bring on Tosin, the guy that you literally came out, cussed out, and made it quite clear the drop-off is absolutely astronomical between certain squaddies and certain starters. Probably a confidence killer, if it didn't already needed to be killed, because he was shocking the last time he played. But let's throw him in again anyway. And I'm not even saying it's his fault. I'm not even going to say anything on Tosin. Whether he's a bad luck charm or what, I'm saying this is all on the manager because it's you that made the decisions to make these players come onto this pitch. You had options. You had Esteval. You had Santos. You even could have put on Gu, dropped João Pedro back into the 10. You could have done all sorts of things to go on and win this game, which was winnable. But you decided to be a criminal. You should do time. You should do time for that. You should genuinely do time. I don't know if you're trying to get your lick back on the board, if they're not letting you go Italy for Christmas. I don't know what it is. But that is outrageous management. Outrageous. To lose control of a game like that due to your inept tactical decisions and your crazy, ridiculous substitutions, which we all called out. When we saw these substitutions getting made, we all said, what the heck is this guy doing? He's left on Gittins. Neto has done much more than Gittins in this game. Especially even the last 5 minutes of the first half on that left-hand side, combining with Cucurella, combining with Enzo, trying to create something in terms of cutback. You take him off, you leave on Gittins. Gittins didn't do anything. But then I'm seeing Gittins on the right, Garnacho's on the left. When is Gittins a right winger? When has Gittins ever been on the right wing and been successful? You've taken off Neto. You didn't decide to bring on Esteval to go on the right wing instead of Gittins. What are you doing today? You've lost a game that didn't need to be lost. You have started this December worse than anybody else before you. We know this December is a madness. We know this December is an absolute killer. But we may be dead. Forget killer. You've killed us. We're dead. This December's got off to the worst possible way it could have. You've dropped points in every single game. We've got 2 points from a possible 9. Pardon me. 1 point from a possible 9. And you've got Everton at home, in form coming up, Newcastle away, and Aston Villa still in there as well, at home. What are your plans for us? What are your projections for us in this month? Where are you trying to take us to? You have to be mentally ill to do these things that you've done today. This is a fetish. This is an obsession. It's not healthy. You're overcomplicating the game. You're playing an Atalanta team that have got misfits from the Premier League. Zappacosta's coming on. Plasic is coming on. Some Croatian brother we bought under Roman. Loaned out to Vitesse. I'm sure it's the same you. There's no need to overcomplicate the game. I don't even understand what the hell's going on, let alone the players. These men cannot understand what you're asking them to do. There's no way. You've overcomplicated this. You're doing up too much. Even Pep Guardiola in his heyday, he only inverted one fullback at a time. This man had manners when he did it. He had decorum and grace when he did it. You're being disrespectful, rude when you do it. 3 fucking fullbacks in midfield at the same time. Are you okay? If this is an addiction, do we need to start verifying your passport before you go online? Because it's starting to look that way. It's starting to get to a point where you are looking like you're on the moon. You're gone. Your head is gone. Because I can't understand what kind of mathematics and what kind of calculations you're doing in your brain to come to that conclusion. You know when you do the maths exam and you do the working out and the teacher says, you know what? You got the wrong answer, but I can see the working out. I can understand where you may have got to that point, how you would have got there. I can see where you went wrong. So then we can correct it. I don't get the working out, Maresca. I don't understand what you're doing. You're writing your name. The answer is 4. Why is your name on the answer sheet, bro? This is insane. We're doing algebra. Why are you telling me about Machu Picchu? This is not geography, bro. This is maths. You're doing up too much. You're in the wrong class. You're in the wrong exam. clay sculptures we're building today. Why are you taking off your clothes? It's not PE, bro. What's going on? This guy's not mentally okay. He's not mentally okay. I don't know what's going on. And I can't pretend to feel sorry for you right now. If people start lashing out, if people start moving mad, saying things they shouldn't, or maybe things they should, I can't defend it because it's like you're actively playing against us with this type of... You can't just be good in the big games. You can't just get it tactically spot in the big games. Most of the games we're playing against smaller teams, lesser teams. These are the teams you have to beat. You have to clean up. You have to crucify. You can't just be good against PSG, against Arsenal, against Liverpool. You can't just get by on big game in-game management. What about these games where you have to win? Are you going to just make the basic, simple decisions and get the win? Or are you going to do up big brain scientists? Are you going to do up Big Bang Theory? Take your medication, bro. Take your medication. I've not even been able to get into any positive. I've not even been able to speak on our goal. I don't even know if I can. You've woken me up. You've triggered me. I'm rattled. I was calm. For 60 minutes of that game, I was calm. Not lifeless. I was awake. I was watching, but I was calm. I was relaxed. Break from the Premier League. Champions League tempo. It can change your brother. But then you woke me up with your foolery, with your fuckery. You woke me up, and now suddenly I'm alert. I feel like I've taken a drug. I feel like I've taken extracurriculums. I can't sit straight. I can't go to sleep at night because of what you've done. And you've put us in a precarious position because now you're making us very likely to play playoff matches for no reason. We didn't have to get to this point. We could have easily gone through in the top 8, win this game, beat Paphos. I'm pretty sure we're done. But now you're taking us to playoffs. Now you're adding on 2 extra fixtures in January, early Feb, whenever it is, on top of the extended Champions League campaign, on top of the fact that we've played Club World Cup and got 2 preseason games in 4 days, on top of the fact that we got players to manage that injury prone, on top of the fact that we should be beating Cardiff and going to Carabao Cup semi-final with 2 legs, on top of the fact that FA Cup starts. How many more matches do you want us to play with your stupidness? Because it didn't have to go down this way. We could have just moved on. Could have just won. And don't get me wrong, Enzo Fernandez, you're part of the reason we didn't win because you could have finished off that game. Don't get me wrong. There were chances that were missed. Reece James, you have to score. Forget hit the target. You have to score that chance. It's bread and butter for someone like you. Assist, great assist for João Pedro, great finish, near post, fantastic. We didn't create an ample amount of opportunity. I don't think we tested their goalkeeper enough. I don't think we played brilliantly. But it's alarming to me that you can lose a game like that for no reason. No one asked you to lose. No one asked you to do that. No one asked you to make stupid substitutions. No one asked you to play 4, 5 fullbacks in one team. No one asked you to play with 6 defenders, bring on your worst one, lose because the vibe and the aura and the energy just changed when he come on. It's not even his fault. He gave away the free kick, to be fair, but hey ho. When you've got midfielders and attackers on the bench. And you're not even playing a balanced team. Like, bro, I'm not going to say what a lot of people want me to say, which is 2 words, one beginning with M and the other beginning with O. However, I'm very concerned. That's all I'm going to say. I'm very concerned about you. And I will be watching you very closely over the Christmas period. And I will be checking in once in a while, making a few phone calls and asking family members and friends for what is happening with you and are you okay? Because if there's an explanation for this, personal problems, whatever, we can get down with that and we can get the assistant manager in, call up Avra and Grant, whatever you want, sunshine, it can happen. But if there isn't anything wrong and you're just doing this just because you like experimenting and you think this is Disney Channel Lilo and Stitch and you're just throwing in balls into the pond and shit and seeing what explosion comes up next, it's not funny. Genuinely, it's not funny. And I'm not entertained. No one's interested in this bullshit. Do the basics right and you'll go very far in this life. You're doing way too much. That's all I'm saying. I don't know who you're trying to impress. I don't know if there's I don't know if your wife is in the stands, gyal. I don't know who you're trying to impress right now. No one asked for this. You don't need to do a Rabona on the bench. Just pass 5 yards. Simple substitutions, simple in-game management, and let the players figure it out. Give Estevan an overlapping fullback when you bring him on, or put him in the 10. Rocket science. Bring Santos on for Enzo, a profile like for like that you've even commented and stated in press conference. Big brain. Play one left winger, not two, one on the right, who can't do shit over there in Gittins. Big brain. Big brain. This guy. Oh, this guy is absolutely insane. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this December needs to end as soon as possible because this club is cursed. That's all I have to say. Love.